it up, pump it up.
Trae.
Come on, come on.
With Trae.
Pump it up, pump it up.
It's the day with
This is the day to gain inspiration, to make a positive change in the nation. We're inviting you to partake in conversation to raise your vibration. It's the day that we will all celebrate all of our peeps that make this thing elevate. Watch the negative fade away, cause it's the day with Trae.
Grand Rising, everyone. Welcome to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. I want to welcome you to another terrific Tuesday as we dive into our week this week. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm really excited today, y'all. You know the excitement abounds here in the Black Media Matter Studios, but today I got two phenomenal queens in the building. We got Mary Mitchell. She's going to be telling us more about Washington Cares, or WA Cares. We're going to be talking all about it, and later on in the show, we got Dr. Traci Harrell in the building. We're going to be talking all about their empowerment series, y'all. So I'm excited to have both of them joining us. But of course, it is the top of the show. So you get to join us by participating and sharing this stream, y'all. And however you're watching this show, even if it's like YouTube or whatever, share this program with others that you feel could benefit from a daily dose of dopeness right here on The Day with Trae. You know, if you can't watch us, we still got you covered. Can you believe that in this world of technology? Because you can listen to us anywhere you find your favorite podcast. Just search Converge Media Network and The Day with Trae. You'll find me on whichever platform is your favorite. There's a bunch of them, and we're on all of them. Go ahead and search your favorite and search for us, and you'll find us there. Well, I'm excited because I actually get to learn some things alongside you all. Up next, we got Mary Mitchell in the building. Hi, Mary.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well.
I'm good. I'm good.
Well, this is exciting. You know, Seattle Human Services Department, right?
Yes.
Is doing something with WA Cares. And before we get into it, I always love to get into your title and what got you there. How did you get to, you know, the city of Seattle?
Great question. So I've actually been with the city of Seattle for 32 years. And I started as an admin spec in the police department, working the front counter, selling police reports. And through that journey, it has led me to now be the Director of Aging and Disability Services, which is also the Area Agency on Aging for Seattle and King County. That's a little bit odd because we're housed in a city, but our services are for all of King County. So just through, you know, going back to school as an adult learner, taking advantage of all the wonderful training and opportunities at the city, that's where my journey has led me now. So I've been with Aging and Disability Services since August of 21.
Well, you know, they do those amazing coffee chats. I was involved in, I think, one of them, and it's really interesting to find these creative ways to utilize, you know, technology, which oftentimes isn't where a lot of our elders are, but to find ways to really have these intergenerational conversations. So when I saw that, I'm like, oh, I get to talk about that a little bit. But y'all are also doing some really great things and staying plugged in with community. Tell us about some of the other things you offer before we get to WA Cares.
Okay. Well, the civic coffee hours, they were in person before the pandemic. And then during the pandemic, the team that falls under our age-friendly Seattle team, they converted to online, right? Because we know that older adults and people with disabilities suffer from social isolation. And so not having that space in person to come together, usually at community centers or at the Seattle Public Library, was going to have a profound negative impact on our community. And so our team quickly pivoted to online and now have pivoted back to in person, and it's actually hybrid. So if people are not able to come out, they can still come and participate in those. And the topics depend on what the community is asking for. So, for example, one senior center, they wanted to learn more about safety. So they brought in a police officer to talk about personal safety and home safety. And so the community really drives the content of the civic coffee hours. We also partner with the Department of Neighborhoods, and they bring in interpreters. So we have in-language interpreters at the civic coffee hours.
I mean, this is, for me, there's some level of intentionality to just know that you could try to figure out what the topics you think they should be,
Right.
in your team. But I love being able to be guided by the voices of community and allowing them to say, this is what's important to us. Let's make sure we get a specialist to talk about that specific topic because it is so needed. And especially for us to be very specific about the conversations we need to be having in our aging communities.
Yes.
Because what's important to them may be very different from some of the other things that are going on. Well, What Cares is a whole new thing. I need you to dive into it with us, Mary. Give us all the details.
Okay, so WA Cares is a long-term care benefit. So it's not a savings account. So if you think of Social Security, right, where we all pay into Social Security, and then at a certain point, you're able to receive the benefits of Social Security. So it fills the gap, right, because most of us have health insurance, right, and then we usually have life insurance, right, but what happens if you're incapacitated or you need just help in your home, right? We usually don't think about that until we need it. And by that time, it's really too late, right? So if you think of aging parents, right? If you have to like just stop what you're doing, your work and everything to attend to your aging parent, like that can really have a profound shift on your life and the work that you're doing.
So WA Cares is essentially kind of providing space in that gap that often exists for a lot of people. What are some of the ways that it can be utilized?
So your activities of daily living, right? So from getting out of the bed to getting help with being bathed, with meals, with transportation, or if you need help with your medication. And even if you're finding that your cognitive functions are declining, so you're starting to like not remember just like your normal things in your life, or you're just forgetting things. So there's a wider range of services that this coverage will provide.
Wow. And what does it look like for someone to qualify, or what is that process? Because I know sometimes that gets a little tricky too. And as much as, we want to have these services and these opportunities in terms of programs, sometimes it is the entry that can be the biggest barrier. How are folks getting these services?
So, well, first, we all started paying into this account starting January of 2023, right? And the benefits will be available July of 2026. And so to be able to access the benefits, there will be an online portal. So you'll go in, you'll set up an account, and then when you find yourself in need of seeing if you need the services, you'll be able to get contact with a representative who will then review what activities do you need help with, right? Those activities of daily living or medication. And then they will take you through an approval process and then connect you with services. So really trying to make it streamlined and so it's online. But then the AAAs, so there's 13 AAAs in the state of Washington. And then we will also be available to help people through that process as well.
Well, when we think about this too, I mean, my first question was thinking, okay, this is the Seattle Human Services Department. This is obviously a human services program. Is there an age requirement? What are some of those requirements that folks have to have in order to access the funds and the services that they provide?
Okay. So first, it's a state program, right? So, and it's actually the first in the nation, right? So our legislators are being bold and are being proactive in identifying the areas where before this program, there was only 3% of Washingtonians that had long-term care coverage, right? And so my division is housed in the Human Services Department in the city of Seattle. So we coordinate with the state to deliver the services. And then what was the other part of your question?
In terms of the requirements.
The requirements.
Yeah.
So everyone that's working, right, pays into the fund. And you have to pay into the fund for 10 years unless you are nearing retirement or you have an emergent situation that comes up. So starting July of 2026, is when you'll be able to access the benefits. And you have to go through that approval process to see what you qualify for. So it's pretty much everybody that's working. You'll notice it on your pay stub, on your paycheck. And on the website, there's an estimate, right? So someone making about $50,000 a year, over 30 years will pay about $8,700 into the fund. Then that works out to about $25 a month, right? So, and the total benefit that you receive is $36,500. But that will increase according to as inflation increases as well, right? So an investment over 30 years of $8,700, right? For a lot of people, that's gonna make a big difference, because right now a lot of people don't have anything else in place.
Wow. I mean, this is definitely setting us up for some success here. You know, if folks want to learn more, is there somewhere they can go? I want you to look right here. Just let them know if they're trying to figure this out before that benefits begins. Please let them know how they learn more.
Yes, thank you. So wacaresfund.wa.gov. They have a lot of examples of the type of coverage that's going to be available. They have the FAQs to answer questions that you may have, or your local area agency on aging. And you can find that agency through communitylivingconnections.org. And there's one for every county. And the information is out there. Please reach out, be proactive. But this is definitely a benefits that is needed, because we never know what's going to happen. Right? And so if your parents are aging and you find yourself needing to provide care, the last thing you want to be worried about is, who am I going to find to come in to sit with my mom or dad, because I still have to work, right? And as you're trying to figure out like what's going on with their health. And we know like health situations can change and you're navigating the healthcare system. So this just gives a little bit of ease, a little bit of buffer to take one piece of, you know, the care that's going to be needed and provide some support for that.
Wow. Mary, thank you so much for being with me today and shedding some light on Wild Cares for our whole audience and for me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, y'all. I mean, I love it when Washington State takes bold approaches to lead the rest of the nation. Up next, we're actually going to be talking to Dr. Traci Harrell, y'all, after this short break, so we can learn more about their empowerment series and ways that they're providing amazing pathways for folks to also lead. Stay tuned right after this. You're watching The Day with Trae.
Let's start the show. Hello, welcome to Elite Insights with Carlos Imani. We're looking to offer an in-depth look at event production industry through the lens of client experiences and joint successes. The podcast will emphasize guest interviews, focusing on client discussing their fields and reflecting on their collaboration with Elite Collective. Again, you're with Elite Insights. Carlos Imani here. See you guys in a few.
Looking for laughs? Looking for love? Fast Talking Figaro has got you covered. toe-tapping melodies, lively staging, and colorful costumes. Don't miss The Barber of Seville, May 4th through 19th at McCall Hall. Tickets at seattleopera.org.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. Joining me right now is Dr. Traci Harrell. Hi.
Hello, how are you?
Good to see you again.
Thank you. I love being here.
Yeah, well, this is one of those, you've been busy, always busy, but you have been talking about this empowerment series. Tell us a little bit about the history of it.
You know, what I think is most exciting is we've been leading over 2 years, and I'll say we, collective we. So I am immediate past president for the National Black MBA Association. So we won one of those grants through King County, the Racism as a Public Health Crisis grant. And so now we get to bring some of the work I was doing already for free into community in a way that is amplified, that allows us to bring clarity to empowerment. So our series we were leading before was called the Better Together Empowerment Series. And the way I do it, I call it the Living Powerfully experience. And for each of us, living powerfully means something different. But no matter what you're trying to do, no matter what type of up-leveling you want to do in your life, it's better when we do it together. Right? You're scientifically proven to be able to achieve any task more efficiently when you do it in community, when you do it with others.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those things. I think it goes back to so much of what our ancestors understood. This collective, movement, this collective progress, right?
Absolutely.
So, what are some of the parameters of the Better Together Empowerment Series?
So, what's most exciting is it is about empowerment and healing. So, the version that we're bringing into community now, we call it an empowerment and healing series. Because when you think about transformation, so I'm a transformational coach. My background is 25 years in the corporate space. And so CEOs like to do work that is transformational, right? They like to do work that is intentional. And so that same level of excellence is what we're bringing into community. We're saying our people, we need to take what we know is scientifically proven to work. So we call it I call it the Living Powerfully experience, but it combines all the multiplicity of trainings, things that have been researched, neuroscience, positive psychology, cognitive behavioral psychology, and performance science. So it's like, if you work it, it will work for you. Meaning if you want to improve your performance, if you want to improve your well-being, if you want to improve your relationships, this is the how. It's not what. It's the how. And so anything you want to do, it's like, why would I not go the farthest ends of the earth if I can to make sure my people have what we need to truly succeed? And that means whatever that means to you, right?
Yeah, well, it's so necessary.
Right.
But also, too, in order to pull something like this off, you have other partnerships. You got phenomenal folks you're working with. Tell us more about that and the kind of collective model y'all are doing, kind of showcasing that Better Together in the way that you put the whole thing together.
Yes, I can't possibly list everyone, but the current series that we're leading now called the Getting Better Together Empowerment Series, there's 4 key partners. So in addition to the National Black MBA Association, my company is It's All Bigger Than Me Ministry, It's All Bigger Than Me Consulting. We have 4 key speakers. So myself as a transformational coach, Debrina Jackson-Gandy. She's actually my coach. As a transformational coach, all coaches need coaches too. So Debrina Jackson-Gandy, Masterminds Unlimited is her company. We also have Pastor Leslie Braxton of New Beginnings Christian Fellowship, as well as Pastor Dr. Linda Smith, who is a pastor of Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial Baptist Church. She also has a PhD or a doctorate in transformational leadership. So this is about transformation. It's not information, it's activation. It's how do you take what you say you want to do and actually do it? How do you minimize those saboteurs, the things that are holding you back? Right? How do you do this work where we're focusing on beliefs? We're focusing on not just your thoughts, not just behavioral change. This is about how do you transform, like a butterfly transforms from a caterpillar. You can't go back once you truly transform. And so this week, I'm excited. We're talking about beliefs, transforming beliefs, but all the things are iterative, right? We talk about awareness. We talk about the levels of awareness. And so, what I'm most excited about is this current series, and we have so many other partners. We're turning the series into a documentary, into a book, and into a audio book so that our people can bring our voices into the experience. So it's a healing circle. So when you say, who are the people? There's so many people. There's so many wonderful leaders who are part of this transformation. And so we're bringing in voices. I would love to have your voice. What does living powerfully means to you? Right? You're saying it's better when we do this together. Black media matters. So you're not having people do this one-on-one. It's that collective effort. So really being able to elevate voices is the other most exciting part. So if people want to really be a part of this, have a journey, have your experience, but then also share your voice so that people can feel you can be a part of it. And we're leaving a legacy for the next generation.
Well, yeah, the only way to do that is by sharing, right? And so you're absolutely right. It's a beautiful thing that so many folks have gotten together to share. Of course, if people are trying to get there, they're trying to participate, they need to be there.
Yes.
Please look right here, let them know how they do all that. Yep, that's right there.
So right now, this series is, we call it Magnificent Mondays. So it's Mondays at 6 p.m. through June 10th. And we're going to continue this work in such a way that allows you to bring your voice forward. So you can reach out to 2 different websites. National Black MBA is seattleblackmba.org. And my website is itsallbiggerthanme.com.
Oh, thank you so much,
You're welcome.
Dr. Harrell. This is beautiful.
It is
Continue the
exciting.
great work. Great to have you.
Thank you.
Y'all, what a great Tuesday. I'm going to wrap all the greatness up right after this short break. Stay tuned. You're watching The Day with Trae.
Start the show.
Welcome back. It is the Hot Stove Show. Aaron Goldsmith.
Don't scratch the paint again.
Yeah, gotta get a better ride to work.
Mariners baseball, Trident's up.
Shotgun.
Spring Awakening, live on stage this June at the Fifth Avenue Theater. Winner of 8 Tony Awards, Spring Awakening weaves youth, love, and the clash between generations all in one powerful rock musical. Buy tickets now at fifthavenue.org.
Ballet's greatest comedy, Coppelia, returns to Pacific Northwest Ballet. Perfect for all ages, Coppelia delights with dazzling dancing and magnificent music played by the PNB Orchestra. Seven performances only. Visit pnb.org for tickets.
Welcome back, everyone, to The Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. What a terrific Tuesday indeed. You know, I will say this, that I got to always give a huge shout out to my guests. I'm so excited that Mary Mitchell was here to give us more information about WA Cares, and of course, Dr. Traci Harrell with the Getting Better Together Empowerment Series. Y'all make sure you tune in to that and plug in to the Washington Cares benefit. You know, learn now so that when that benefit is active, that you know how to utilize it if it is a need for you or your family members. But you know, I'll say this, I'm always so inspired, y'all. Not only do we allow folks to come here on The Day with Trae to share information, but I'm also getting educated throughout the process. And it's such a joy for me to be able to see our people in community that have these amazing positions out there in the ethos doing great things. So be inspired, because you too can be doing great things when you actually do something from within. Bring it out so we can all experience your greatness. Of course, for me, y'all, until tomorrow at 11 a.m. Peace.
Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.